Magic applications. Today, we're going to be talking about magic applications and why some of them are good, some of them uh who are you? Apps. We all have them. We all regret it. We all get some on our phones. We look up the Play Store or the iTunes market and we're there scrolling through looking for magic apps that we could use to impress our friends and family. You know you do. I've certainly done. Unfortunately, I don't have any friends or family to show magic tricks to. So if you guys aren't riding the train that is Pigcake, then you guys are missing out. You better jump on the train. You better do all the things that people do, because if not, you're going to be missing out. You're going to be on the last stop, and guess what? There's going to be no train left. So make sure to jump on the train, do the things that people do, and you won't regret it. So again, as I mentioned earlier, today we're going to talk a little bit about magic apps, my philosophy, and which apps honestly suck. So first things first is the categorization of applications for magic. We have two that I've decided to label. We have overt apps and we have covert apps. So what an overt app is any sort of app that uses the phone as the actual component for the trick overtly, meaning, hey, look, here's something taking place on my phone. The magic is taking place within the confines of this device. For example, let's say you have your favorite Bin Wang playing cards, to do a little bit of a card trick, and your phone happens to be lying down on the table. Well, guess what, son? You're prepared for this card trick because we just show you that I have an ordinary deck of playing cards here, a deck that isn't one of these TV magic trick cards, you know, one of these things, and we have you pick a card. Let's just say that card happens to be, I don't know, the random card, the Queen of Clubs. The Queen of Clubs. I don't know, I just decided randomly that this would be the card, but it really could be any card. For this app, it can't. But we'll say that you picked the Queen of Clubs. Well, sir, my phone's been here the entire time, right? Why don't you use that as a scratch card? Why don't you scratch it off as if it's some sort of scratch card? And of course, when they do, they start to notice that there's a card that starts to show. Oh, you don't think? No, that's crazy, dude. What, huh? How'd you do that? How did my card appear on your phone? Wait a second, did you make me pick the Queen of Clubs? Yeah, you probably did one of those magician forces, and then you use an application to reveal my card. That's probably what you did. Yeah. Yeah. That app in particular is called Magic Tricks by Michael Montier, and it's on the Play Store. It's on iOS, but it has a collection of about, I would say, 72 different tricks. I think one for each version that you get, but I think it has a bunch of tricks. I'm pretty sure I remember or misremembered that number incorrectly, but you have a bunch of those similar style tricks where you could, you use the phone as a scratch. And yeah, it has some good stuff, but see, that's where I think you're going and making a mistake. As stupid as lay people may be, the one thing that they all have is a phone. That's the one thing that they all know how to use. They all know about Siri. They all know about Google Assistant, even if they might not necessarily know about what you could do with it or more intricate parts of technology. They know that your phone has these functions such as voice recognition, such as, I don't know, cameras. So they're going to assume that they're going to assume that there's some sort of underlying technology, which is the cause of the actual trick, and not attribute it to you. So one of the unfortunate downsides of doing tricks like this, where you use your phone openly, is that they're not impressive. The thing where you get oh look, here's a coin, now the coin's in my hand. Those sort of tricks, They might be good for Instagram, they might be good for social media, but at the end of the day, if someone's actually trying to actively figure out what you're doing, again, yeah, it depends on the effect. But if someone's gonna figure out what they're doing, they're gonna do it very easily, especially if you are pulling something from your phone. Oh, hey, let me see your phone. That's cool. Can you unlock it, please? Well, why did you, I see that you have a camera app here, and this is just a black screen. And it seems like you showed me a picture of a $50, and now here's a black screen. So I'm assuming that you just changed the picture and pretended to take out the coin that was hiding behind the back of the case. And yeah, that's what I did. You see, this sort of stuff drives me crazy. Look at this. Oh man, this is crazy. Oh, I cracked the screen, but there's a jack of hearts there. Let me just take it from the screen, and now there's no but I took the card. Here's your card, sir. The next categorization of applications is called covert applications. This is what I would consider to be covert apps. There are plenty of applications that are covert and use your phone only as the method, and the phone is just incidental. So some good examples, we have Digital Force Bag by Nicholas Einhorn. This is a tremendous effect where you have a spectator name any number from 1 through 100. You happen to have a list on your phone, and of course that item happens to be forced in a very, very fair way. My boy and fellow member of the Pigcake community, Brian Connor, he has a trick called Big Brother, where he uses Siri or Google to find a spectator selected card. Again, you can't do that because you need Siri. Where do you find Siri? On your phone. So it happens to be incidental that you use your phone. The trick isn't taking place on your phone. Another one that I'm very, very interested in is Inject by Greg Rostami. But here's the thing, Inject is about $80. That's very expensive for a trick, and I wouldn't necessarily want to pony up $80 on a trick like that unless I know that it's going to be hot. I know I've read some rave reviews, but $80 for an app, Greg, that's pretty steep. I do imagine that there's a whole service and a whole reason as to why, but goddamn. Speaking of Greg Rostami, he has another tremendous one called iPredict Pro. I don't know if he still has it up, but that's a great one where the spectator, these nuts, calls you on your phone after naming any sort of card. They call you and your voicemail happens to reveal the exact card that they named freely. No force whatsoever. They can name any card whatsoever, and you of course have that predicted on your voicemail. So of course the magic's taking place in your voicemail, so the phone happens to be incidental. How else are you going to reach your voicemail? You got to cancel it, right? So see, that's what we would consider to be a covert application and among my favorite uses of a phone for magic. So here's one of my favorite applications, as I mentioned earlier, Digital Force Bag by Nicholas Einhorn. Now we have our phone here, all right, and as you can see, there's a little bit of a lock screen. I mean, I'm not using any sort of funny magic app. But sir, I want you to name a number from 1 through 100. Here's the thing that you may not know. If I have you name a playing card at random, well, you might be subject to picking certain cards. So you might pick like the Ace of Spades or Queen of Hearts. So instead, what I want you to do is name any number between 1 and 100, and we'll do it that way. What number do you want, sir? Oh, 69. You're very funny, sir. But here we have my phone here. Again, I don't want you to think I'm using any sort of app here, but we have my Notes app. And I actually have a list of the commonly selected playing cards, of the most commonly selected playing cards. So what we'll do is I will use your number to find the corresponding card here. So as you can see, the first one is the Queen of Hearts. You can't see it there because, well, this phone and the focus on this screen here. But if we scroll down to your number, which happens to be 69. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's the Pigcake Magic Academy. It's the Pigcake Magic Academy, $5 a month. You get 2 new videos every single week going over card stuff, going over coin stuff. From a beginner's perspective all the way to an expert, you're going to be doing magic in no time. If you're an expert already, well, guess what? You're going to be learning some new stuff there because there's some crazy stuff that I'm putting there every single week. You actually get 4 videos because you become automatically part of the piggybacker tier, which they already get 2 videos every week. So those are just tutorials you're not going to find anywhere else, but guess what? You're going to get that on the Pigcake Magic Academy. Oh boy, $5. What's $5 a month? Honestly, a wrench? a wrench. Could you seriously go a month and not buy a wrench and check it out? That's ridiculous. What a bargain. 200 videos already, almost. More than 200 videos already, by the way. So that's cool. No, but seriously, that number, they could pick any single number they want, and that number ends up being the one that has your force item or your force card or whatever you want. It's very, very fair, very, very nice. Another one, believe it or not, Illusionist.com comes with a banger. Cypher is a tremendous one. Cypher is a fantastic trick. If you guys haven't checked that puppy out, we have a little bit of a meme here where you unlock your phone and you happen to be looking at your calculator. And your calculator, right, assuming you don't get a little bit of an error message, your calculator could do some great stuff. You could have the spectator multiply certain numbers. You could have them multiply random numbers, and it comes to a force number. But on top of that, you could actually look at the numbers that they put. So if, for example, they happen to name or they happen to put in their birthday, it tells you their birthday. So you could just do a little thing on the phone, and it lets you peek at certain information. If you have them put their PIN code, guess what? You got their PIN code. Slam dunk that trip to Jamaica. Another good application is photo prediction. This is a low-key one. This is like $3.50 on the App Store, but it pretty much allows you with, of course, your due memory or with the capacity of your phone, have as many predictions and outs as you want. So when you open up your phone, by swiping in a certain direction, it puts a picture in your gallery, and that picture is a top picture of your gallery. You could show to the spectator that you took that picture and that was the last picture you took, and it could be of absolutely anything. So if you happen to have as many outs as there are times on the day, you could technically show them any sort of time of the day on your phone as the gallery. If you have a card, maybe that's the most common one. They could name any card, and guess what? That card ends up being the one you took a picture of, like this, before you left your house. You absolute virgin. But it's still a great, tremendous effect with as many outs as you want. But it's still dope, and $3.50. Covert, it's a covert app. The magic isn't taking place on your phone, but you just so happen to have a picture on your phone, and that's where you're showing them, all right? It's not, hey, look at this picture on my phone. Oh, look, if I shake it, my face starts looking like a clown. Look, that's not happening. All right, that's stupid. That's stupid. So those are magic apps. If you guys have other favorite apps on the Play Store, let me know. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm always looking for some cool covert apps. If you recommend an overt app, I will find you. But yeah, I'm gonna look into getting Inject and possibly playing around with that, because it does seem like a very, very powerful tool. But yeah, still I'm gonna save up. You guys better join the Card Academy, because that's how I'm gonna be able to get that puppy. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's a little bit of a ranty video, a little bit of a hot lesson here on magic apps, but I'm sure you guys enjoy that sort of content. So thank you guys for sticking around. If you guys have stuck around past this part of the video, then take this piece of advice that my grandfather told me. Hey, you were an accident. You were a serious accident, and you were never supposed to be part of this world. So be grateful that I'm giving you the time of the day to listen to you, because you shouldn't even be here.